you did exit your business, which is something a lot of people, not everyone aspires to do. It's quite hard to do.
Yeah.
But you did it to the tune of 32 million. Incredible achievement.
I'm just sitting here being like, yeah, but it wasn't 100 million. Sorry.
Is that really the first thought that goes through
that's
your head?
how me and Jules were disappointed. I can't believe I just said that. We're going to have to edit that out because I sound like such a twat saying that. But...
No, because tell me about that, because there's so much that goes on behind the scenes that people don't understand. And to me, I'm looking at the number going, flipping, what? How did that even happen? So what's going through your head?
I mean, look, like we didn't engineer that exit. It was like it was just, and this is the thing about exits, is a lot of the time you catch a trend, it's the right time, the stars align, and that's what happened, I guess, for us in that. But I think that's why we ended up starting another business again, which is like a difficult second album, is that we just didn't feel like we were done. Within 2.5 years, we had so much more. Like, there was so much more we could have done with that company. And we didn't really get on with the people who bought us in the end, and we ended up leaving. And so Resi was very much like the kind of like stepchild of Hassel, where we needed to kind of do something again. And oh my God, what a difficult child Resi's been, So I think that when I say, oh no, it wasn't 100 million, it's like, I'm surrounded, especially in this job, just surrounded by these insane founders that are building, that are going from like 10 million ARR to 100 million ARR in like 6 months. And I'm just like...
it's me and my little... isn't it?
I'm like, I've got a local corner shop in comparison. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's again, like I go back to like, do I love myself? Yeah, I do love myself, but I constantly raise the bar all the time. And I think the other thing that is really true of me is I have huge imposter syndrome in pretty much every area of my life.
Interesting.
Yeah, and this whole confident facade is exactly that. It's a facade.
I would not have known at all that you'd be feeling like that at all.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't come across. And is that something that's always been there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just mask very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a female thing more than, do you think women do that a lot, or do you think?
I think it's more prevalent in women, yeah.
Yeah. And how do you marry that with all your achievements of like the feeling of
my therapist would have a field day with this question. I haven't internalized it.
Right.
I'm still trying to internalize that because objectively, when you write it all down on paper, I would admit that looks like success, but I don't feel like I'm successful.
Wow.
Yeah.
What would success look like in your brain?
That is such a good question. Oh, I don't know.
Is there a point?
And this comes back to the validation point, right? I clearly seek validation. This is getting quite deep now. Sorry. Obviously, I seek validation, and I need to figure out how I can validate myself, and that's what I'm trying to work on. So that's probably success.
Yeah.
When I don't need the validation anymore.
Right, and then you can see it as it is and be like, I've done it.
Yeah.
What's that Mariah Carey quote? The Mariah Carey quote that I keep coming back to. She said last year when Katy Perry went to space. And she said someone told her that it happened because she hadn't even seen, because she's not watching this stuff. Mariah Carey was like, they said, are you going to go to space as well? Mariah Carey just turned around and went, I think I've done enough. And I was like,
yes.
That's the attitude.
I think she did enough when she got like the Christmas #1 every Christmas.
Mariah Carey. I think it's an interesting point there about comparison, and the pond you're in, the people you're around, you're always looking at the next thing, aren't you? And a lot of people will relate to that feeling of even though you've done amazing things, somebody else would look on and be like, wow, that's incredible. It's hard. I find that really hard too, just to actually see the achievements and sit in them and actually be like, okay, I'm going to celebrate that win, rather than what's the next thing all the time. But I appreciate your honesty, because I think it's easier to look at someone like you and just be like, wow, they've got it all sussed and they've figured it all out. But it's nice.
My mum said to me when I was a kid, like a teenager, she just said, Alex, you've got to realise that everybody's pretending.
So true.
And it's so true. Like, everyone is pretending. And the minute that you kind of internalise that, you're just like, oh yeah, this great person, this really smart person, you think, oh, you don't match up to them. And then you're just like, actually, most people are just winging it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as an entrepreneur, you're literally winging it.
Yeah.